And I'm back with another update. So, started sanding the fender. There's a dent there. Smooth it out. I think it's pretty good, but we'll know for sure when I spot primer it. Over here, we did a big pass on it. A lot of this is old bodywork that was under the paint. And I had some over here. But you can see where all the bare metal is. There, and up here. You can feel it with your hand. It's all high. So what I'm going to have to do is take the trusty hammer and just pound it. It's a little weird. Fix spot, smooth the car out, you gotta dent it first. You just want to tap it down just enough that you don't feel it no more. And then down here, that feels pretty spot on. So I'm gonna dent these spots in, fill it, and then while that's drying, head over here and finish that spot in the door. Bodywork's gonna be a little bit slow. I just went back to work again, and it takes up a lot of my time, especially when you're doing 100-hour work weeks. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get back to this, but they'll probably lay me off again the way my job's going, and I'll be back at it. But I'll be here in my free time and try and get as much done, primered, and have this thing out for spring. Another thing I plan on doing, well, I think, is shave this lock hole here, since I don't think I even have a matching set of keys for this car. So fuck it, I'm probably gonna shave that. I would think about shaving the third brake light, but there's a spot for it in the duckbill spoiler that I'm using, so I'm probably gonna end up leaving it. Plus, they're usually pretty smooth as that already, so it really wouldn't matter much. But I'm also thinking about shaving the gas door. I'm debating on that. Since the fill is back here, full race car, you know, the tank in there, and then AN lines front to back. Alright, so I went ahead and just sprayed some spot primer on there. Let that dry overnight or whenever the hell else I can make it back here. But we'll just take a sanding block, sand it, and then you'll be able to see the highs and the low spots. You have to sand it either way. So I did sand it with 80 last, so 220, 400, and then it'll be ready to go. When I knocked this in, those 3 high spots, it was a pain in the ass. I couldn't get it low enough, and then the panel would dent in more than I wanted, so I had to hammer it back out. So I ended up getting a hammer and dolly, going back and forth for a long time. And they're a little bit deeper than I would have liked, but it's filled, and we'll come back to it. I have to do another coat on that. I'm assuming we'll have to do at least one more. Well, that's just the way it goes. Down there, sanded that looks fine. Everything else, took care of this down here. That also feels pretty nice. And I'm going to debate on whether or not I want to shave that lock or not. It's probably looking pretty strong at the moment that I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to end up just leaving the gas door. I don't know why, but just be easier that way, I guess. And then I'm going to see if I can't get that stud gun for my buddy. If not, I'm going to try and find a better torch than what I have, and then just pound it out. Like I said, I don't really care. It's going to get covered. I just need this top edge right there just to come out just a hair, just so it meets the mud guard that's going to cover it. But other than that, we're getting there. We got back to it, sanded this whole area out again, put a nice thin coat Bondo across the whole thing, we're going to take the big block across that, sand it out, and honestly, see, I might need another coat again, but it's just a process. Just keep going, and we're going to keep going at it. My one buddy came over the other day, and we found a couple little spots, and filled them, sanded them. There's another one there. I think that one's pretty good. Another spot in the door we did. Right here, there's another one. I just sanded that. I think that's pretty close. Let me sit down here. This is a bigger spot. It was nothing crazy. Just smoothed that out. Took the block to it. There's a spot here and here, and coming into here, I'm starting to feel around, and I'm like, oh, there's another dent here. You can see the shiny spot. So that's a dent, and I started feeling around right here in this one right here. Very low. Not much to see, but still a low spot. Right here is a little bit deeper, but I'm gonna come back, fill it in all the way to here, try and blend it into one thing, into one piece, so there'd be less intermittent spots. And for this here, this is on the body line. There's a nice little ding, like a door ding or something like that. It's a pain in the ass to sand it, but I mean, kind of take it on the body line, go across, and then bring it up this way, sanding it. Same thing this way down. Just keep making a pattern. I mean, if you hold it on an angle or anything like that, you're gonna gouge that Bondo right out of that dent. Over here, I'm gonna come back, block it, see if there's any high or low spots. That's what the primer's for. And back here, maybe I'll add a picture or something, but I elected to fill in the key lock. And what I did was, this hole there, I just took a 1.5 by 1.5 piece of sheet metal. Actually, it was a piece of the old steel hood that I had from this, and I just welded it in there, took some filler, and that's how it came out so far. It's that's just the first coat sanded, but right in here, you could feel that this is kind of low. You can see here where I sanded through, that these spots came through first, so these spots are a little higher. So that might take a little bit of tapping with the hammer, but I'm gonna do another coat first and see what's really going on with that. And right here, that is definitely a ding. I keep sanding it, and this blue staying, and so is the Bondo. So that's definitely a low spot there. So we're gonna come back and do that. Probably throw some quick coat on that before I go home tonight. And I didn't really start on the roof, but this is just one spot that I happened to catch when I was walking by, seeing a little angle. Throw some filler on there when I had a little bit still on my mixing board right here. And then my other buddy, like I said, he came through, and he works in a body shop, so he can see the little things better than I can, and he knows more so what he's looking for. So he found a couple other little areas. Like I said, he found 2 on the top of the fender, or 3 on the top of the fender. With that, we'll come back and hit that too. But next is going to be, after I get that sorted out, work on the roof. And hopefully get it primered here soon, within a week or two. That'd be pretty awesome if I can get it in primer pretty soon, so I can start blocking that out, dealing with what I got to deal with. And then figure out, I already know what color I want to do. Just going to be a matter of cost and getting the material. I mean, we have a couple paint shops near us where I can go get a color and spend $500, $600, $700, $800 on materials. But I was even debating in my head, because I keep going back and forth on this car and how much money I want to spend, how much I don't want to spend, because I'm already in the hole on it. And I'm thinking about just getting some color close to what I want off like the Summit catalog or something like that. You know, just to get it done a little bit faster. Just order it to get 2-day shipping from Summit, and just paint it, get it on the road. And then I'm also, in the meanwhile, still working on this car, and it's going to be for sale soon. I've had it for so long, it's just time to cut ways with it. But